All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. If there's anybody that actually speaks more, or let me just say on the subject of abstract and concrete concerning mindset as well as culture, it's me. I don't think that there's nobody else that's out there that actually speaks more on these subjects than I do. And the reason why I'm speaking and talking on these subjects is because I'm trying to get all of us to comprehend and see something. It's really clear to see if you choose to want to immerse yourself into the Word and see what it has to say. An abstract mind is a mind that acknowledges truth mentally, but in function, it denies it. A concrete mind is a mind that not only does it acknowledge truth mentally, but in function, you can see what they really truly believe in the mind based on how they do or lifestyle. Are you following me? The United States of America is an abstract culture. The religion of Christianity is an abstract culture. It's an abstract religion. While mentally they can acknowledge things, it does not produce performance. And remember, the word says it's blessed not the hearers, but the doers of the word. These are the ones that are blessed. And it also goes on to say, if a man be a hearer and not a doer, then he or she, in a generic form, has deceived himself. Now you think about that for a moment. You think about the things we mentally accept as truth, yet in function we do not find ourselves doing. You see, that's what this culture has produced. Whether we like it or not, and I want you to listen to me if you can. I notice I've got a lot of religious people lately chiming in on the videos, and it's just amazing. Here in this culture, we have no idea what honor is. None whatsoever at all. I can make a video, and people, they're so schizophrenic, they can't even stick to the subject. I'll make a video, and we're talking about a particular subject, and they'll go and ask me some question way out of the park that has nothing to do with the subject at all, and they expect me to answer them and relate to them, and then when I don't, they start all the disparaging comments and everything else. You see, it just lets you know how far off we are as a people and what the Anglo spear through colonialization has done to the world. Listen to me very carefully. Whether we like it or not, the white man is ruling the world. This is his time. This is his rule. And the Anglo spear has affected us in every aspect of our lives. Socially, politically, economically, religiously. We are literally affected in our lives by this culture and by this paradigm that we all find ourselves immersed in. The danger of this is that when we are without knowledge, and we are without history, without historical perspective, we are without his historical point of view and comprehension. The danger of all this is being reared and raised and born in this culture. There are certain truths that we personally have accepted to be what we call the truth. Now, the truth is that the truth? I mean, what are you basing your truth on? Are you basing your truth on what mom and daddy taught you? Are you basing your truth on what this culture teaches you? I mean, after all, is the government the sum of all wisdom? Is it the epitome of all truth? The churches, are they the sum of all wisdom? Are they the epitome of truth? Well, of course, the answer is positively no, because the government, by its very definition, is evil in nature. And of course, you're going to have to actually do your own independent study to find out that the religion that you have accepted in this culture right here is a lying religion. And so through the Anglo sphere, or the white man ruling in his world, the ruling religion in the world is what they have given us, Rome, which is Christianity. And the people who are ruling just assume, just like the Egyptians, when the black Egyptians were ruling the world for many thousands of years, most people assume that because they were an Egyptian, that they were right and everybody else was wrong. Well, then the Most High Yah raised up a little small family, a little bitty tiny family, who come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and called them Israelites. Now we live in a time, here we are, fast forward some 6,000 years later, now we got everybody claiming to be Israel. Everybody claiming to represent that culture, those who are of a religious tenure in nature. Now, the truth is that the truth? No, it's not the truth at all. Because these people do not represent my ancient people's culture. Remember, all the nations at that time concerning in that geographical location, from the land of Canaan, the land of Mizraim, all those nations were a black nation. And the Most High Yah did not choose Israel because they were a black people. He chose them because he set his love upon them, and they were the least of all people. And he made a covenant with them. And he told us that we would be the head, and all nations would be blessed because of us if we obeyed his laws. As a result of us Israelites not being in a position to teach because we want to be like the other nations, and that's what you see now. You see people who want to embrace the faith of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through the English translation of the scriptures, and most people are having hiccups. I got a couple of digressions going on here. They want to embrace Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the faith of it, but then they don't want to change from their present culture. And this is the deception. And most people just assume that they can accept the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and then reject his people. And of course, then we have Revelations 2:9 and 3:9 that let us know that these people who call themselves modern-day Jews or Yehudim are nothing more than the people who actually head up the church of Satan. So these modern-day Jews in Israel are Satanists. The book told us, and the spirit of prophecy told us. And it also teaches us that the ancient Israelites who had these curses upon them, think about this. Who in history has had a yoke of iron upon their neck? Who has been actually been bought into Egypt again with ships? Because you don't need a ship to go from one place to the other over there. You can walk the whole landmass. I guess that's one thing good about living outside this country. See, I've lived outside this country 3 years, so I have a broader perspective than a lot of people do who's just born in the United States of America, because the people in the United States of America assume that they are the epitome of all righteousness and the sum of all wisdom. They think they know it all. So now we have the Anglo-sphere through the religion of Rome that is dominating the world, that assumes that they are the people of the book through replacement theology. And that is nothing, that's far from the truth, because Paul told us in the book of Romans, as Yah cast off his people which he foreknew, God forbid. Now, he hasn't done it. So many of you have a lot of roadblocks up in front of you already, because when you're listening to me, you're listening to someone that's kind of like, now I'm not these men. I'm trying to show you a narrative here. It's kind of like Daniel, kind of like Joseph, kind of like Jeremiah and Ezekiel, because see, all these men were in captivity to a particular culture, just like I am. And they begin to speak to their people. They begin to talk to their people. Of course, the people who have already been immersed in this culture for so long, we sound like fanatics, crackpots and kooks. And that's why it's difficult to reach you. But, some of you, it's not even meant to reach you. Only the word of the Most High Yah is meant to reach you, and only His Spirit can do it. I hope I said something to put a defibrillator on your mind to help you out this morning. I'll maybe come back a little bit later on and talk about abstract, concrete, and culture. Maybe, just maybe, you have ears to hear. Shalom.